folks, and welcome back to another Wise Game video. Today we're going to be playing Battle for Azeroth, the beta version. The beta had just hit yesterday, which was, let's see here, April 25th, 2018, and alpha is no longer. So in this video, I'm going to be covering a lot of common questions I've been seeing people asking on the forums and in the beta. And hopefully those questions will also help you out too if you also get the beta invite. So let's get started. The first thing we want to find out is, do I have the beta? And the best way to find that out is to come down here where it says in your launcher, where it says region/account, and where it says legions, which is your live game. You're going to click on this arrow, and in here, if you have the beta, it should be right in this list. Now, if you've come from the alpha, if you're a player that was on the alpha test, you're automatically going to be put into the beta, so you should have the beta no problem. Now, for new people wondering if they got the beta invite, this is definitely the best way to check. But then there's also other ways that you could find out too. Odds are, if you could post a forum, or you could even post anything in the actual beta forum, then that's usually a good indication that you have the beta invite. Then also Blizzard will send out an email, but the emails is one thing you have to watch out for, because a lot of times false emails are sent out. It's kind of like a phishing act or whatnot, and you usually want to make sure that it ends in blizzard.com or battle.net.com. That's usually a good indication that it actually did come from Blizzard mother company. So those are the three main indications of telling if you have beta. Now, if you do have the beta, what's next? Well, now you have to install it. And the beta file is really large. It's about as large as the live Legions file. So now again, if you're an alpha player coming over into beta, you're going to have the bulk of those files already, which we downloaded when we got the alpha. But for people just getting the beta, they're going to have to install those files all over again. And they're anywhere from 40 to 60 gigs, so they're rather huge. So you're going to have two folders now in your computer system under program files. One's going to be listed as beta, and one's going to be listed as live. Can't stress this enough, guys. When it comes to beta or anything in these kind of games, anything covered in this video can change at any time. So with new patches coming out, fixes or whatnot, some of the information that I'm sharing today might not be the same tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. But right now, as far as I know, I think this information I'm going to be sharing with you today is pretty much spot on. Now, for somebody new to beta, they didn't play the alpha, you're going to come here, you're going to put it on beta instead of legions, and it should automatically start that long, lengthy download. If it doesn't, hit the play button, see if that does something. That might start it off for you. Once you actually get all that, we're going to now next log into the game. Okay, here we are logged into the start of the game, or the launcher, or the start off screen, I mean. And there is add-ons. So you can use add-ons in the beta. I don't advise it right at the start because you still want to get familiar with the actual UI changes or whatnot. But there is certain add-ons you can use to play beta. Now, sometimes you have to get add-ons that's actually titled beta add-ons. So I don't have any information right now on that. I did make another video, and any video that's going to be related to this video today, I will put those links in the description panel down in this video. And I did make a video covering how to use beta add-ons or whatnot. At this moment, there's two servers for beta, and these are the two right here, and they're both a very high population, which is expected for only two servers hosting such a large beta test for a game. Okay, now here we are logged into the game, and obviously I am playing the Alliance toon. But a lot of these things I'm going to be covering is going to affect both factions in the game. I just may not have all the locations for the Horde side as I would for the Alliance, but most of the questions should actually be able to help you with both factions that you actually play. Now, first of all, when you come into the game, you're going to have this thing right here. It's your bug reporter. So if you're beta testing for this, this is where you could actually simply send them bug reports of things that's not working properly. Now, the first thing you're going to do is, as an Alliance player, you're gonna come into Stormwind Harbor. That's where you're first going to log into once you install the beta and you log into the game. The first quest for both factions is going to be this one right here called the Battle for Lordaeron. And this is the main start off scenario, the main quest line. So this is the first quest that you definitely want to bang out. And yeah, even as alpha testers, we actually did this on alpha, but it doesn't matter now. You have to do it all over again in beta. As we know, alpha and beta now is two separate things. I would say there is a good amount of people here. Let's mount up here. I'm not going to do this right now. And I'm actually going to show you guys that you can still do a lot of the stuff. Well, not a lot of it, but you could still do some of the things that we're able to do in the live game now on the beta. And one is, when you first come into the game, your guy's going to be all decked out in the start-off gears that they give them, with helmets, back pieces, and all that. Personally, I don't like wearing helmets in the game, so you can still go to your transmogrifier and in your capital city. They should be located where they always was in the live game legions, and you could still come to them now and transmog your gears the way that you want it to look. So you could remove your helmet if you want, you could remove your back piece if you want, and things of that nature. Now, as far as actual how many, they don't have too many options right now, of course, because again, the beta just came out yesterday. So basically, the only thing that it really does at this moment is it will take off those certain pieces that you could actually remove. Now, the next thing I want to go over is a lot of alpha players are still asking, I worked hard. I got my tune all the way to cap level, which is 120 now for Battle for Azeroth. What happens? I just lose that tune now in the beta? Yes. Anything that you've done in the alpha is now deleted, and it is not carried over into the beta. So you want to keep that in mind. One reason why I didn't put too much time into the alpha, I just wanted to test a few things, and pretty much I was done with it because I don't want to do it all over again in beta and then all over again in live. I don't want to burn myself out. But anyways, so yeah, so you're not going to have the same accessibility to those tunes or whatnot from alpha to beta. They don't connect. Here we are at the start off screen again, and the reason why we're here is because I just want to show you folks that most betas do have the option of copying over a live character. So you usually can in a beta copy over that tune that you've been playing, in this case in Legions. Right now, because this beta just came out, they don't have that option yet, but that could change tomorrow. It could change a week from now. Who knows? But I know that that's an option that's probably eventually going to make its way into the implement system of this beta testing. So right now, you cannot do that. Tips though, once you actually can, you want to try to stockpile that character with gold that you have on the live game, and your mounts and your pets and all that stuff should also transfer over. They always did for me in the past betas, so that's a good way to come over with a good chunk of change and a good way to get started doing the beta test. Okay, the next question. I know this is a biggie, and everybody's wondering about this one. And that is, what is going on with artifact weapons? Artifact weapons are no more, folks. They're not going to be in Battle for Azeroth. Now, you're going to be switching out weapons just like we did in Wrath of the Lich King, the Burning Crusade, Vanilla. You're going to be getting different weapons by different means in the game, so you're going to be switching out your weapons again. It's going to start off in beta. But they do have another way of actually doing this, but it's not through your weapon, it's through your necklace, believe it or not. And your necklace is actually called the Heart of Azeroth. And the Heart of Azeroth is going to be a necklace you're going to soon obtain by doing a quest line in the game. Once you actually do that quest line, you're going to actually get that necklace. We could see I haven't done any of that stuff yet in the beta, and so I don't have it yet. But what this is going to do now, and I actually like this system a lot better than the artifact weapon. I think once you get used to it, you might agree. But I know some people are just stuck in, what they're used to. But I think this is going to be a good system. I'm going to explain why. The main thing is that it's going to absorb automatically as you do certain things throughout the game. Like if you're questing, if you're doing dungeons. I don't know about PvP, but I don't see why not. You know, any means that you would get in artifact powers in the past should almost apply here. But what I like about this system is that this necklace, the Heart of Azeroth, is going to absorb the Azerites automatically. You're not even going to realize it half of the times. You're going to be out there doing things, and there's going to be a little number in front of the necklace or the Heart of Azeroth, and that number is going to grow with how many Azerites you end up obtaining. So as you absorb more Azerites in the game, your necklace is going to get that much stronger. Now, what does this do? It saves on bag space. None of this stuff will go in your bag space anymore. The artifact powers did. And when you have a cluttered bags and you have to go searching for them, it was a little annoying. You had to click on it, and that's how you got to use your artifact powers. With this necklace system, that's not going to be. It's just going to be automatically absorbed, and the only way you're going to really be able to tell the difference is by that little number that's going to be listed in the front. So that's the story when it comes to artifact weapons for Battle for Azeroth. Next question is going to be mainly for people that played Alpha. They're going to wonder where that cool, huge vendor was that was located in every major capital city for Alliance and Horde. This is where it was for the Alliance. And the Horde was near your starting or your entrance area too. And basically that vendor sold us start off legendary gears just for Alpha. So we could test a little bit with some legendary gears, or as other people call them, Legos. Legos are now not going to be a major factor in Battle for Azeroth, so that vendor is no longer going to be here. Again, any one of these implements can change later on. If Blizzard decides on putting them back in, they can. But as far as I could see right now, that vendor is no longer here. And Legos is going to take more of a back seat now, I understand, in Battle for Azeroth. You could still get them, but it shouldn't be as easy and as easily obtainable as it was in Legions. Legions was just basically giving those things away, but we're only able to equip up to 3 with the trinket. But in all the past expansions before Legions, it was very difficult to get legendaries. It was actually an honor to actually know players that had them, because it was only players that was able to do the top raid tier stuff in the game that actually was able to get those. And even the rate chance of getting them was very, very slim. So Legos weren't given out like they were in Legions. So that's the story when it comes to the legendary gear vendor for beta. Alrighty, now the next question here is about mounts and pets. In the alpha version, depending on how many betas you played, if you played betas in the past, Blizzard rewarded you that by when you go to alpha, they'll give you most of all the mounts in this game. I had double the amount of mounts in alpha than I do on live. I'm not a big mount collector in the game, but I had like 398 mounts in the alpha, and I only got like not even 200 on live. The same with your pets. But here in the beta, they strip it back down. So right now we only got 1 mount, and I believe I have 2 pets, and they're both back down to level 1s. So right now that's what's going on as far as the mounts and the pets for beta, and again that could always change later on. But as I said earlier, once they come out with the copy character feature, then you'll be able to take over the ones that you have on live. Okay, the next question is, what happened to Dalaran? So if we open up our world map, we go to world here, Azeroth, Broken Isles, we're going to see Dalaran. Dalaran, I guess, is still there. I don't know how to get there now. They took the portal out in Stormwind, as far as I know. It used to be inside the keep, and there's no more Hearthstone for Dalaran for Battle for Azeroth. The reason being is because Dalaran is no longer the main hub for us, both factions for Battle for Azeroth. So we're going to each have our own faction home again. Kind of like the way Warlords of Draenor was. where we had our own separation when it came to our main hubs, or what we call in this game sanctuaries. For the Horde, I could find theirs on the map, but I can't find the Alliance one on the map right now. I don't know why. But anyways, theirs you would click on Zandalar. That's where the Horde home is. And it's this place right here called Zuldaza. I can't really get a good zoom in on it, but that's your main sanctuary right now for this new expansion. So for the Horde, it's going to be Zuldaza. For the Alliance, I could do a little bit better than that because I could actually go there because I am an Alliance player. Now, to get to our place, which is called Borlus, from Stormwind, you would come up to the Mage Tower. And in the Mage Tower is the portal now to get out to Borlus. And by the looks of things, it looks like a lot of the players knew how to get here. Very good. They've been asking questions. And this is the new home now for the Alliance side of the game. This is a real big harbor, and I love the looks of this place. It's really, really cool. And yeah, and it's huge. It's a huge place. I'm not in a good area right now where I could actually show you how big it is, but trust me, it's a big place. So these are the two main sanctuaries or hubs now for the factions in the game. So there is no more dollaring as far as being the main attraction spot for Battle for Azeroth. So have other videos providing a tour and all that stuff of what I've done in alpha, and pretty much it's pretty much the same locations and stuff when it comes to the beta version of the game now. So this is where all your professions are going to be, like your class, your profession trainers. I mean, this is where they're going to be located and all that good stuff. Here's an in shop right here, and it's very. If you notice, even on alpha, it doesn't kick in. The whole place doesn't kick in a sleep mode for this area so far. You actually have to stockpile on top of the innkeeper, which is right here for the Alliance, and that's how you can rest. Okay, the next subject is a little touchy, folks. So, my class sucks now. What happened? My global cooldown is awful. Well, I still think that Blizzard is still going to make a lot of adjustments with this when it comes to live. That's the main reason why they want us to test it. If they see that they're getting forums filled up with the same issue of many players claiming the same thing about their class, I'm sure that they're going to take notice of that and make some corrections. So, and global cooldown is one thing. I don't know if that's changed in the last couple of years. I haven't been as involved in the game as far as the stats behind the game lately. But I know in the past, like Wrath of the Lich King, gearing in your level had a lot to do with global cooldowns. Or maybe just regular cooldowns, if there's actually a difference now. Now, what I mean by this is at one time you had to make 700, you had to accumulate 750 haste to make your global cooldown or your cooldown 0.05 quicker or faster. So that's going to come with a lot of gearing and things like that. I think a lot of people are expecting to come into beta and feel the same on their character that they do on their Legions tune that they put 2 years into that are now 970 item level. So, of course, you're not going to feel the same right off the bat. You're going to have to gear up just like you did at the start of Legions. The same thing applies here. And if we open up our character pane, we're going to see that there's a massive squish going on in the game. I like it. I know a lot of hardcore WoW players are loving this. Our damage is not 2 million anymore at a single hit. They squished it back down to like mop numbers or something. No, I think mop was actually high, wasn't it? But you get my drift. So if we look at this, I'm level 110. We see that our piece now is not level 700 for greens. They're like 185. So that's how much of a squish they came down. They really tuned down the game a lot, and I'm kind of liking that. So when it comes to the classes, guys, I want to get too twisted right now. The main thing when it comes to testing betas and alphas is actually the mechanics behind the game. Now, I know your class is a huge mechanic in the game, don't get me wrong. And it's a very important part of the game. You're not going to enjoy a game if your character sucks. Pure and simple. And if everybody else is saying it, you know you're not alone. And I agree with that. I want my warrior to kick ass. I want my warlock to kick ass, my paladin, my mage, all the above. So, but I think Blizzard will take notice of that. So this is a very important thing I wanted to touch on. Let's not worry about it right now. Let's make sure the game's running smooth. Let's make sure the FPS is doing what it's got to do and all that as they make more, modifications, more adjustments, more patches and all that before the game goes live. One last thing before we end this video is, okay, I got beta now what? How do I start? What do I do? Well, I think we kind of answered that at the very start of the video. You're going to see when you log into the character, whether Horde or Alliance, you're going to be given that quest. Just start off doing that quest. You could go in there solo if you have to. You don't have to be in a group to do that quest because you're going to be with main NPCs in the game that are elites. They're going to be taking on the bulk and doing most of the damage. You could probably pretty much sit back, eat a sandwich, and they're going to actually kill most of the things in there for you. So if you're alone, don't stress it. Just go through the quest line, have a good time, take in the scenarios that they're going to show you, the cutscenes. It's a really great, some really great cutscenes in there. And then basically just follow the quest like you have been in the last 13, 10, 5, 6 years or whatever. Just relax, take it in, man. Take in the new sights. Like I said, here's Borderless. I really love it. It's stripped back down to that mid-age look again, back to a nice big harbor with a lot of things to do. You got your flight masters here again. I'm going to actually discover this one while I'm here. And that's pretty much it, folks. So I just wanted to go over some of these key questions that a lot of people are asking coming into the beta, and I hope that this video definitely helped you. Let us know below and comment, sub up so you could follow new content that I'm going to be covering in the near future. Until then, thanks for watching Wise Gamer, and rock on. And I hope you get the beta beta invite, and I hope you enjoy it. So take care. Bye bye.